Hey everybody, welcome. This is my image that I'm doing today, and I'm doing it in my big art journal. This is number 3 in my art journal. My page has already been primed, and I am adding, yes, I used house paint. Used what I have at the time. And I'm adding some acrylic paint. This is by Sargent, just to give it a background. Honestly, I haven't painted in this in a very long time, and I felt that I really wanted to do a nice art journal piece that was not prompted, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. My pages are very wavy because this was my first altered art journal where I took a book and I just stuck the pages together. So I didn't realize that the glue wasn't supposed to be so wet on the pages, and I didn't smooth it out. So I just lumped the glue on and then stick the page on and moved on, and so it dried very lumpy. But it's a really good book, and I decided to still try my best to use it, so I still paint on it. So I forgot to shake it up. Not knowing what to do, I decided to start with some, after I added my background, just to try some stenciling. And I'm just doing some numbers, and I'm just gonna use the numbers. I'm not sure how yet, but just using the numbers. I liked how that looked, so I decided to do another layer, and I decided to use a different method other than the sponge, just because, no really real reason, just to see how it would come out. So that's dry, and I decided to use my homemade stamps. Wow. I decided to use my homemade stamps. So this was a foam sheet that I found in a stationery store, and I cut it up I cut off pieces of it and I backed it with cardboard, so I have my stamp. All my paints that I'm using are acrylic paint, and I'm still not sure what I want to do or how I want to move forward, so I'm just kind of going with my brain, just going with the flow. That stamp that I have laying down on the other side of the book is also one that I decided to try. So I took the foam sheet, a plain one, and I took a pencil and I made little patterns on it, but I pressed down kind of hard so that it would make those grooves, and then I cut it out, and that's how I have that stamp, which I will use after. I didn't like how the background was looking, so I'm just muting it, making it faded by covering it up with some white lumpy gesso. Yeah, I can't wait for this gesso to finish. It's just so lumpy. Oh gosh, but yeah, I didn't like how it was looking. So I like how this looks. I really, really like it, and I decided to stamp it all over the page now because I really like it. here I wasn't sure what to do, and I missed my numbers. I loved how my numbers were looking, and I realized that they've pretty much disappeared, so I'm trying to put them back because I really like how they looked. And I just decided to put these down there on the right just for fun, no reason. Now I decided to do some circles on my left only. I'm not sure exactly how I'm doing it, but just to add some circles, and I still wanted to see my numbers through it. So I'm just gonna go over it a couple times and see how that turns out and see if I like it. Because I used the stamp in the background previously, I decided to continue it and use it on the circles. I was just gonna do 2 stamps, and then things just happened and I ended up doing a line straight down the circles, and I found it was looking a bit boring, so I just thought I'd add that bit there, and then I didn't know what to do next. Then I found my word stamps, my script stamps, sorry, and I decided to add some more background stuff happening, and I really love this stamp so much. I'm so happy I bought it. I love it. I love how it looks. Love it. I'm gonna push this as well into the background because I decided that I was going to actually have a focal point on the right side of the page. So I decided to push that to the background. I'm using white acrylic paint, so it'll be like a nice faded background. And then I didn't like how my circles were looking, so I'm just gonna add some more, do some more work on them. And I also felt that this side of the page was a bit blur, so I decided to add some marks, just because. And I like how that looked, and because I did that, it encouraged me to add some more marks. So I'm just adding some lines. So I dried it, but unfortunately I was impatient and I didn't do a good job of it, and therefore it did not dry. So now I'm trying to push that into the background, but it's blending into each other, and I was not pleased. So I'm trying to see. I decided to leave that section and move on to the left and try and just, just work with it. And now for my focal points. I decided that I like these two men and I wanted to use them somehow, but not side by side as they are there. So for this first guy, I am stenciling him in, but kind of faded. I'm not using the full strength of the color, so he's kind of faded. But for the one in front, this one, I'm going to make him full black, the full strength. And I love how it came out. I really liked it. So I'm just drying them up. And now I'm going to add something for them to stand on so it doesn't look like if they're floating in the air. And I like how that turned out. I found that my circles, it didn't feel finished again to me. So I decided to go in with my white acrylic paint pen and just add some more, another layer to the circles. And then I decided to just add a couple streaks to where they were standing, just because it seemed the right thing to do. And the words I decided to add onto this page are doubt your limits. For me, it fit because, as always, the battle starts in the mind, and what we believe we could do is what we can do. And when we have doubt, a lot of the times we limit ourselves. So really and truly, when we doubt, we are only doubting our own limits. At least that's what it meant for me, and that's how it felt to me. And it was a reminder to me, Gina, you're only limited by what you think you can or cannot do. So it's basically stop doubting yourself. If you think you can do it, you can do it. If you think you can't, then you won't. So that's it for my page. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you journaled along with me. Journaled. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so very much for joining me. Bye!